And a very pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to the campus of Tusculum University in Greenville, Tennessee for baseball action as the Pioneers host the Mars Hill Lions. I'm Jim Miller. Glad you could join us along the Pioneer Sports Network this afternoon. Our producer today is Aaron Fudge. This is a non-conference game between two conference opponents as the Pioneers and Lions not scheduled to meet on the conference schedule this year, so they'll be playing two non-conference single games. They'll be playing this afternoon, and then next Tuesday at Mars Hill, it'll be a 3 o'clock start at Henderson Field. Tusculum coming in with a record of 14-20. They dropped 2 out of 3 this weekend at West Georgia, and the Pioneers have lost 4 out of 5 overall. Mars Hill comes in at 14-21 overall. The Lions have dropped 4 straight, including a series sweep this past weekend by the Lenore-Rhine Bears. In the conference play, even though this is a non-conference game, Mars Hill currently in 9th place in the conference at 8-9. They've got 2 conference series remaining at Catawba this weekend and at Wingate. Talk about 2 tough series. Tusculum, their schedule isn't much better. At 4-11 in the conference, Pioneers are in 10th place in the league, and they have Carson Newman at home this weekend and then series with Wingate and Catawba to finish up. So the Pioneers Hill to get into one of those top 8 spots and earn a spot in the SAC tournament is very, very steep. But for one day at least, these teams will get together and see what happens when the Pioneers take on these Mars Hill Lions. A lot of games on the schedule today across the South Atlantic Conference. We'll touch on those games for you as the afternoon progresses. Of course, everything is non-conference today. Weather yesterday kind of played some havoc with potential games, but it's just about a full slate of action today. And even got one final score already, and we'll pass them on to you as we go on with our broadcast. The starting lineups today for Mars Hill, they will lead off with the right fielder Alex Narin. Jordan Lathe, the center fielder, bats second. Tyler Lala, the designated hitter, bats third. Zach Weaver at third base bats fourth. Kyle Jenkins, the left fielder, hitting fifth. Ruben Trio will catch and hit sixth. Scotty Lee at first base bats seventh. Chad Sykes, the second baseman, hits eighth. And Chapel Matson, the shortstop, will hit ninth for Mars Hill, who will be sending left-hander Brian Smart to the mound with a record of 1-1. Mars Hill coached by Hunter Bryant. For Tusculum, they will bat this way. Connor Jurek, the right fielder, will lead off. Zane Keener in left field bats second. Christian Ortega at third base hits third. Will Samuelson, the catcher, bats fourth. Ryan Kavulik, the designated hitter, hits fifth. Lewis Ezra at first base bats sixth. Zach Brunette at shortstop hitting seventh. Kyle Williams in center field bats eighth. And Rudy Fernandez at second base hits ninth. And that'll be the lineup behind Jonathan Nelson, reliever for the Pioneers, making a spot start today. In fact, it's his first career start as the Pioneers going with the opener today. Nelson, no record in 8 appearances this season. Tusculum coached by Brandon Steele in his 4th season. Coaches and our umpires are going over today's ground rules, and soon we'll have our national anthem followed by the first pitch of today's ball game. Beautiful, beautiful day here at Tusculum University. 74 degrees will be the temperature at first pitch and might even get up into the upper 70s by the time that today is over. But there is weather coming. We should be able to get this one in with no problem, but there will be some thunderstorms coming in later this evening. Wind next to none. It's very still out there as the flag is hanging limply in left field, which is unusual for Pioneer Park. Usually the wind blowing out to left, and there is a little, when a little breeze kicks up, it does point that flag out towards left field, but wind should not be a factor at all today. The sun is definitely going to be a factor. It is a bright sunny day, just some high puffy clouds out in the distance and some wispy clouds ahead of over us, but the sun field should not be a factor. It usually becomes a factor about 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and hopefully we'll be done by the time that gets here. So high sky today, and the shadow you'll start to see creeping across the infield area from across the Tusculum dugout, across the first baseline, the shadow from the canopy over the seating area here at Pioneer Park. As the final instructions for the ground rules being completed is Coach Brandon Steele gesturing, he's waving to us hello. What he's explaining is that our scoreboard is inoperable. It was hit by lightning last year, and it's going to be replaced, but it hasn't been replaced yet. So we have no electronic scoreboard except for a temporary one that's about 2 booths down from me that'll be showing the score and the count to those fans who are interested in turning around and looking at it. Tusculum wearing their home orange uniforms today with the white numerals and black trim. Mars Hill in their road grays with the blue numerals and the white trim. As Tusculum takes the field, Jonathan Nelson heads to the mound, and we will pause before our first pitch for our national anthem. Which was on March the 30th, last Wednesday. In a 14-8 loss to King, he went an inning and did not allow an earned run. He allowed one unearned run in that 14-8 loss. In fact, Pioneers are 2-6 in Nelson's 8 appearances this season. At home, Nelson a 4.26 or 4.26 earned run average in 6 1/3 innings. This is his 6th appearance at home this season. Career, Nelson making his 14th appearance. He has no record at a 5.17 ERA. He's thrown 15 2/3 innings in a Tusculum uniform. Nelson completes his warm-up tosses, and we will get set for the start of today's ball game between Tusculum and Mars Hill. Jim Miller with you this afternoon here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Glad you could join us. Our producer this afternoon is Aaron Fudge. Our home plate umpire is Skylar Anderson, and Andy Glenn is working the bases. Alex Narin will lead it off for Mars Hill. Narin, the sophomore, hitting .274, no home runs, 16 runs batted in. He's also walked 22 times this season. And the first pitch from Nelson is called strike, right at 3 o'clock. The next pitch is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Narin, a sophomore, 5'11", 180 pounds, out of Omaha, Nebraska, by way of Regis University. Nelson with the 1-1 pitch, and it is in there for a called strike, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Alex Narin. 1-2 from Nelson is line foul past the Tusculum dugout. One and two, the count remains to Alex Narin. Nelson's pitch, low and away, 2-2. Pioneer Park, 331 down the lines, 400 to straightaway center field. Symmetrical ballpark, opened in 2004. 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Check that 2-2 pitch was fouled away. It's still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Narin. '91st recorded meeting between Tusculum and Mars Hill. Tusculum leads the series 60 wins to 30. First meeting was in May of 1911. Right up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Narin is a leadoff base runner for the Lions here in the first inning. Last time these teams played was last March, and Mars Hill won it by a score of 12-11. Jordan Lathe, the center fielder, comes to the plate. Lathe, .322 average, 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Narin on at first base, 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts this year. Lathe, the junior, 5'8", 160 pounds out of Belmont, North Carolina. First pitch from Nelson is in the dirt, blocked by Samuelson, 1 ball and no strikes. Mars Hill's playing their first road game since March 22nd at Young Harris. They lost that one 12-6. They played 8 in a row at Henderson Field. Won the first 3 over Anderson, lost the next 5. The 1-0 from Nelson is skied foul on a play, 1 ball, 1 strike. As I said, a busy schedule in the South Atlantic Conference today, non-conference games. One game is final. Shorter beat Carson Newman 4-2 at the Silver Diamond Complex in Jefferson City. Runner goes, hit up the middle. Burnett to Fernandez on to first for the double play. So even with the runner going, the Pioneers able to turn the double play as Burnett with the flip to Fernandez and on to first for the 6-4-3 double play, and very quickly 2 outs here in the first. Double play is pitcher's best friend, and Nelson rolled one up there. As Tyler Lala will come to the plate. Lala hitting .336, 11 home runs, and 27 runs batted in. First pitch to him is called strike. Lala, senior, 5'8", 180 pounds, out of Tampa, Florida, by way of Tallahassee Community College. His 11 home runs tied for second in the conference. Next pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Lala. Nelson's next pitch is breaking ball inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Also in the South Atlantic Conference today, King and UVA Wise are playing a doubleheader. They're in the 7th inning in Game 1, and King leads that one 5-3. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Young Harris leads Lincoln Memorial 8-3 in the 7th inning. At Young Harris, the Mountain Lions with 7 runs in the 2nd inning take charge of that one. Nelson's 2-2 pitch is fouled away. Other games starting at 3 o'clock along with this one. Queens at UNC Pembroke. Erskine at Coker. 4 o'clock today it'll be Catawba at Mount Olive. And tonight at 6 it'll be Emmanuel at Newberry and Wingate at Francis Marion. 2-2 from Nelson is low, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Tyler Lala. Double play turned by the Pioneers. It's the 7th grounded into this season by Mars Hill. Swing and a miss. And Nelson, after the leadoff single, gets a double play and a strikeout. to end the first inning. No runs, one hit, and nobody left after a half inning. It's Mars Hill nothing. Tusculum coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning, and Tusculum will go to bat here against left-hander Brian Smart. Smart making his sixth start of the season, his ninth appearance. 1-1 record, a 6.88 earned run average. 17 innings, 21 hits, and 13 earned runs. He's walked 9, struck out 10. Opponents hitting .296 against Brian Smart, the sophomore out of Melbourne, Australia. 6'2", 200 pounds. His last start was last week against Lincoln Memorial. Last Wednesday, he went 5 innings, allowed 5 hits and 3 runs, got a no decision in a 9-6 loss. And his first pitch is up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. As he'll face Connor Jurek, Zane Keener, and Christian Ortega here in the bottom half of the first inning. Jurek hitting .282, no home runs, 3 runs batted in, making his 5th start of the season. He has started at second base and in the outfield. That pitch is away, 2 balls and no strikes. Jurek, the freshman out of Knoxville, 5'10", 165 pounds. That pitch is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Stretch the 3-0 pitch. Called strike, 3-1. This one is sky to center field. Going back on it is Lathe, and he'll make the catch for the out. Jurek is out, 1 down here in the first. That'll bring up Zane Keener, the left fielder. Keener hitting .321, 6 home runs, and 27 runs batted in. Keener leads the Pioneers in home runs, RBIs, and runs scored. Keener, 5'9", 180-pound sophomore, also out of Knoxville. He's in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Keener missed 3 games because of concussion protocol, but since he's returned to the lineup, he's gone 6 for 14 with a home run. He takes called strike. One and one the count. Chopper foul down the first base side, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Zane Keener. Popped up, foul towards the Mars Hill dugout. It'll be out of play as it lands between the netting and the dugout roof and bounces into the dugout. Still a ball and 2 strikes to Zane Keener. Stretch by is Smart, and the pitch. Hit to short. Big hop for the shortstop. Matson. His throw across is in time for the out. 2 up and 2 down here in the first. And Christian Ortega, the third baseman, will come to the plate. Ortega hitting .241, 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Ortega making his 31st start of the season. Senior, 6'3", 215 pounds, out of Miami, Florida, by way of Davis and Elkins. Hit the game-winning home run at West Georgia on Friday night in Tusculum's 8-7 victory in 11 innings. After West Georgia tied it in the 9th, Ortega homered in the 11th, give Tusculum the victory. Wound up being his only hit of the series, as he was 1 for 13 at the plate. He had been red hot before that. That home run gave him a 10-game hitting streak, which ended in Saturday's doubleheader. That pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike to Ortega. Three of Ortega's 4 home runs have come on the road, but he's a better average hitter here at Pioneer Park. Called strike, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Ortega. 2 outs here in the first inning. Two is just off the plate. It's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Ortega, with Samuelson due up next. Smart working out of the stretch. 3-2 pitch. Line to third, off the glove of the third baseman Weaver and into left field. So he lined that one to third base, off the glove of the third baseman, and it'll be a base hit for Ortega. And Will Samuelson will come to the plate. Samuelson hitting .313, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. For the sophomore out of Charlotte, 6'1", 215 pounds. He swings and misses at the first pitch, strike 1. One strike to count to Will Samuelson. This one's lined to left field, but right at the left fielder Jenkins, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. After 1, it is Mars Hill and Tusculum scoreless on the Pioneer Sports Network. Top of the second inning here at Pioneer Park. No score, which is rare at times in games that are midweek games of this nature. Usually you get a couple runs in the first inning, but both pitchers gave up a hit, but nothing else in the first. Go to the second. Nelson's still out there. He'll face Zach Weaver to lead off the top of the second inning. Inside for a ball, 1-0. Weaver hitting .328, 10 home runs, 33 runs batted in. He has struck out 46 times in 131 at-bats. Weaver, the sophomore, 6'5", 235, out of Apopka, Florida. Nelson's next pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Zach Weaver. Pitch from Nelson is fouled back to the screen. Two balls and 2 strikes. Weaver, Jenkins, and Trio here in the second. Hit in the hole, that'll be a base hit for Zach Weaver. So Weaver is a leadoff base runner, second inning in a row that Mars Hill's gotten their leadoff man on base. Kyle Jenkins, the left fielder, comes to the plate. Jenkins hitting .340, 5 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Jenkins, a senior, 6'1", 193 pounds, out of Summerville, South Carolina, by way of Lander University. First pitch from Nelson is up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Soft tossing in the Tusculum bullpen is Gage Newsom. Nelson's next pitch is called strike. Expect we'll see plenty of arms from the Pioneers today. Mars Hill has literally nobody in the bullpen. Smart has been working 4, 5, 6 innings in his midweek starts. Chopper to first. It is a foul ball. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Kyle Jenkins. Jenkins was 3 for 11 in the series with Lenore Rhine. And he takes a call at third strike. Second strikeout for Nelson. 1 down in the second. And Ruben Trio will come to the plate. Trio, the catcher, hitting .213, 5 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Trio, a senior, 5'8", 175 pounds, out of Miami. Two for 11 in the series with Lenore Rhine. Stretch by Nelson. And the first pitch, up the middle into center field. It'll be a base hit. Williams will pick it up and return it to the infield. 2 hits in the inning for Mars Hill, and they have runners at first and second with 1 out. As Trio sent that ball right up the middle for a base hit. Scotty Lee, the first baseman, will bat. Lee hitting .252, 4 home runs, and 23 runs batted in. Lee, 6'1", 200-pound junior out of Belmont, North Carolina. He and Jordan Lath are high school teammates. Down the line, across, the throw is high by Ortega, and safe at first base is Lee. Well done by Lee as he legs it out for a base hit. and the bases are loaded. So 3 hits for Mars Hill, and they've loaded the bases with 1 out on the bunt single by Lee. No doubt taking the Pioneers by surprise. Have the bases loaded, Chad Sykes, the second baseman, bats. Pitch is up and in for a ball, 1-0. Sykes, a .242 hitter, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. Sykes, a sophomore, 5'10", 150 pounds, out of Monroe, North Carolina. Nelson's pitch is fouled back to the screen, 1-1. One the count to Chad Sykes. Sykes was 0 for 7 in the Lenore-Rhine series. Breaking ball is lined down the right field line. It is a foul ball. 1-2. Sykes 0 for his last 12 over 4 games. Before that, he had hit safely in 4 in a row. Going 8 for 17 in that stretch. 1-2 the count. Nelson's pitch. Lined into right field. That'll be a base hit. Everybody's going to move up 1 base as in to score is Weaver. And Mars Hill has a 1-0 lead and an RBI single by Chad Sykes. For Sykes, his 12th run batted into the season. So it's 1-0 Mars Hill as Chappell Matson, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Matson hitting .252, no home runs, 19 runs batted in. Also leads the team in walks with 25. Matson, a freshman, 5'10", 155 pounds, out of Marion, North Carolina. 1-0 Mars Hill here in the second. Bases still loaded with 1 out. Chopper to third over the head of Ortega down the left field line. In to score is Trio. Lee in to score as well. On to second base with the double will be Chappell Matson. And Mars Hill has a 3-0 lead here in the second. Sykes over to third. For Matson, RBIs 20 and 21. As he just chopped that one to third, Ortega could do nothing with it as he was playing on the edge of the grass. It winds up being a 2-run double. And Tusculum coach Brandon Steele making his way to the mound, and he will be coming with a pitching change as right-hander Gage Newsom is ready to enter the ball game as Nelson goes through the lineup once. So Gage Newsom will be the new pitcher for the Pioneers. Newsom, the 5'11", 165-pound freshman out of Sevierville. He has pitched a lot for the Pioneers, making his 13th appearance of the season, a 2-0 record, a 2.75 earned run average, 19 2/3 innings, 17 hits, 6 earned runs. He's walked 6, struck out 12, and opponents hitting .239 against Gage Newsom. Pioneers have a core of relief pitchers who have been the ones that have gotten the bulk of the innings this season, and Newsom's one of them. We'll probably see Drew Slowinski at some point, likely see Jacob Willett as well. Maybe you'll see Justin Parker, too, who's pitched in 14 games this year. Newsom's last appearance was Saturday at West Georgia in Tusculum's 6-5 loss. Went a third of an inning and allowed 2 hits and 2 runs. Newsom has pitched in 4 conference games this season, has a 1.35 earned run average. Making his 7th appearance at home, he has a 3.12 ERA. So Newsom going through his warm-up tosses here with Mars Hill leading 3-0, 5 hits in the inning. 4 singles and a double. Sykes is the runner at third base. Matson the runner at second base with 1 out. And Alex Narin, the right fielder and leadoff hitter, will come to the plate here to face Newsom. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference, King leads UVA-Y 7-3 in the 7th inning in Game 1 of their doubleheader. Young Harris leads Lincoln Memorial 8-3 bottom of the 7th inning. Erskine leads Coker 1-0 in the bottom of the 1st in their ball game. And Queens is at UNC Pembroke. Newsom's first pitch is low for a ball 1-0. And Pembroke leads that one 2-1 in the top of the 2nd inning. Earlier today, Shorter beat Carson Newman 4-2. Newsom's next pitch is just off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Alex Narin. Narin singled his first time up and it was erased on a double play grounder. All three runs charged to Nelson, the 2 runners on base, his responsibility as well. Newsom's pitch is a chopper to third. Runner goes back as Ortega throws across in time for the out. Sykes thought about it and then thought better of it as Ortega fielded it on the high hop and threw across for the 2nd out. Similar to the ball that Madsen just hit, except that one didn't have as much bounce to it and was able to be fielded by Ortega. With 2 outs, the center fielder Jordan Lathe will bat. Lathe grounded into a double play his first time up. First pitch from Newsom is a ball just off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Stretch by Newsom. 1-0 pitch. And hit him. Lathe hit for the 4th time this season, and that will load the bases with 2 outs for the top home run hitter on the team, Tyler Lala. Lala struck out against Nelson his first time up. So Lala with a chance here to blow this game open. Lala, .333 hitter with the bases loaded this year. First pitch from Newsom. High, 1 ball and no strikes. One to 0 the count to Tyler Lala. Next pitch is up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count to Lala. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Mars Hill leads it 3-0. Stretch by Newsom and the pitch. That's called strike on the outside corner. 2-1 the count to Tyler Lala. Lala, .692 slugging percentage this season. He also has 9 doubles to go along with his 11 home runs. Newsom's pitch fouled away. It's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Tyler Lala. Newsom's pitch fouled away, still 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count remains to Tyler Lala. Hit to short. Brunette flips to Fernandez, and the inning is over. So 3 runs in the inning, but it could have been worse as the Lions leave the bases loaded here in the 2nd. 3 runs, 5 hits, and 3 left on base. Middle of the 2nd, it's Mars Hill 3, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Tusculum trailing by a score of 3-0. As Ryan Kavulik, the designated hitter, will lead off the inning for the Pioneers. Kavulik hitting 182, a home run, 5 runs batted in. That home run was a grand slam last Wednesday against Lee. His first hit for the Pioneers. He's 2 for 11, making his third start. First pitch from the lefty, Brian Smart is in there for a strike. Smart worked around a 2-out single in the first. Kavulik, Ezra, and Brunette due up for the Pioneers here in the second. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Final line on Nelson at inning in the third. 6 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. 32 pitches, 22 strikes, 10 balls. Next pitch from Smart is up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Ryan Kavulik. Grad student, 6'1", 205 pounds, out of Macomb, Michigan. That's a called strike, 2-2. 2-2 the count to Ryan Kavulik. Smart's pitch, called strike 3. Kavulik down on strikes, 1 down here in the second. First strikeout for Brian Smart. Lewis Ezra, the first baseman, will stride to the plate. Ezra hitting .266, 5 home runs, 14 runs batted in, making his 29th start of the season. The senior, 6'3", 220 pounds, out of Miami Lakes, Florida. First pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. King has beaten UVA Wise 7-3 in Game 1 of their doubleheader. They're playing 2 7-inning games today at Wise. One ball and no strikes to count to Lewis Ezra. Inside and low, 2 balls and no strikes. Young Harris leads Lincoln Memorial 8-3 in the 8th inning. UNC Pembroke 3, Queens 1 in the second. Chopper to first. Big hop for Lee, and he'll take it himself for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the second. And Zach Brunette will bat for the Pioneers. Brunette, the junior, 6'2", 295 pounds, out of Commerce Township, Michigan, making his 4th start of the season. 6 for 21 at the plate, a .286 average, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Smart is called strike. Brunette has started the last 4 games. He is 5 for 16 at the plate with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. That's low for a ball. Tusculum without normal starting shortstop Zach Wilson. He's on the shelf right now. Pioneers have had a lot of injuries, especially in the middle infield. Tyler Raynell is out. He had just gotten into the lineup, and now he's out of the lineup. He tweaked something on Friday and missed both games over the weekend with West Georgia. Wes Reynolds not in the lineup today. This one is skied foul on a play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Reynolds missed both games on Saturday against West Georgia as well. But injuries aren't an excuse, and the pitching staff doesn't have the injury excuse that the lineup does. As Brunette's down on strikes, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Brian Smart. We head to the third. It's Mars Hill 3, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the top of the third inning with Mars Hill leading Tusculum by a score of 3-0. Lions have out-hit the Pioneers 6-1 through the first two innings. Gage Newsom came on in relief in the second inning and worked in and out of a bases-loaded jam. And it'll be the same part of the Mars Hill lineup that they had in the second inning when they scored those runs, Weaver, Jenkins, and Trio. Zach Weaver, the third baseman, will lead it off. He singled and came around to score the first run of the game. Weaver now hitting .333. First pitch from Newsom is a foul tip, strike one. Stretch by Newsom, and the pitch is high, 1-1. There's about to be some activity in the Tusculum bullpen, as the next pitch is a called strike, 1-2. Right-hander Harbor Jefferson is getting ready to loosen up. Jefferson had been a weekend starter and is now shifted into the bullpen. Called strike three as Newsom paints the outside corner. Down on strikes is Weaver. One down here in the third. And Kyle Jenkins, left fielder, comes to the plate. Jenkins was called out on strikes his first time up. Jefferson had started 8 games, and he's come out of the bullpen in the last 2. Up and away, a ball and no strikes. Nelson was the 10th different pitcher to start a game for the Pioneers this season. Of course, many of those are midweek games. This one is sky to left field. Keener will drift in, and he will make the catch for the second out. 2 up and 2 down in the third, and the catcher Ruben Trio will come to the plate. Trio bounced a single to center field his first time up, and he scored on the double by Madsen. Stretch. First pitch from Newsom. Called strike. Tusculum's weekend rotation has been Gunnar Becker, along with Sam Lowe, and Tyler Harmon got the start in the last series against West Georgia. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Trio with 2 outs and nobody on here in the third. Newsom with the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. Bouncer to third. Ortega throw across in time for the out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Gage Newsom, as he has set down 5 of the 6 he's faced. Middle of the third, it is Mars Hill 3, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, Tusculum trailing Mars Hill 3-0. Kyle Williams leads it off, takes the ball from the left-hander Brian Smart, who's pitched 2 shutout innings so far and allowed 1 hit. 2 balls and no strikes to Williams. Will be followed by Fernandez and Jurek here in the third. Williams, the senior 5'9", 170 pounds out of Yuba City, California, hitting .244, no home runs, and 7 runs batted in. Next pitch from Smart is called strike 2-1. Stretched by Smart, the 2-1 pitch. Up the middle, fielded by Matson. Throw across, not in time. It'll be an infield single for Kyle Williams on the hustle play as he got down the line and beat the throw from Matson. Second hit of the game for the Pioneers. Williams does have good speed, and he showed it there. As Rudy Fernandez, the second baseman, will bat. Fernandez hitting .222, no home runs, and 7 runs batted in. Fernandez, the junior out of Russellville, Alabama, by way of Calhoun Community College. 6 foot, 180 pounds, making his 25th start of the season. And now Williams is hung up. The throw down to second. It's not in time as the throw is high by Trio. And Matson couldn't hang on to the ball anyway. In any case, it's a stolen base for Williams. As he got hung up and then just decided to go on to second base. But Trio's throw is high, and Williams safe at second. 1 ball and no strikes to count. 6 stolen bases of the season for Williams as Fernandez takes a strike, 1-1. Williams leads the Pioneers with those 6 stolen bases. Or he's now tied with Reynolds for the team lead with those 6 stolen bases. Stretch by Smart. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Appeal, no swing. 2 balls and 1 strike to count to Rudy Fernandez. Smart looks in, gets a sign. Williams goes for third. The pitch is outside. No throw. It's a stolen base for Williams. So he got an infield single as he beat out a throw from shortstop. Stole second and stole third. 3 balls and a strike to count to Fernandez. .3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Fernandez just a 158 hitter with runners in scoring position. Don't need anything, just a ground ball will get the run home. And there's that ground ball. That'll get the run in. Will Fernandez beat it out? He won't, as it's scooped at first base by Lee off the throw by Matson. But it's an RBI for Fernandez as Williams is in to score. That'll make it a 3-1 ball game. So Williams' wheels generate a run for the Pioneers. Fernandez, with the RBI, is 8th of the season. And 1 out, nobody on for Connor Jurek, the right fielder. He flied out to center his first time up. Good job there by Fernandez to get that run home. Low and away to Jurek, 1 ball and no strikes. Smart up to 41 pitches here in the third inning. No activity at all in the Mars Hill ball. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to the Pioneer leadoff hitter, Connor Jurek. Smart's pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Jurek. 3rd strikeout for Smart. 2 outs here in the 3rd. Zane Keener will step in. Keener grounded to short his first time up. Lefty on lefty here. First pitch. Inside, a ball with no strikes. Sky to center field. Lathe has it lined up, and he'll make the catch. And that'll do it for the third inning. Infield single for Williams, 2 stolen bases turned into a run, and nobody left on base. At the end of 3, it is Mars Hill 3, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning here at Pioneer Park. Tusculum trailing Mars Hill by a score of 3-1. Glad you could join us along the Pioneer Sports Network this afternoon. Beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Temperatures in the mid-70s. Jim Miller with you. Our producer this afternoon, Aaron Fudge, as Gage Newsom back out there. He's pitched an inning and 2/3 of scoreless ball so far, but the first pitch of the 4th is lined into center field for a base hit by Scotty Lee. Lee is now 2 for 2, and about as opposite in fashion as you can get. His first hit was a bunt single down the third baseline, and this one a line single to center. So Lee is leadoff base runner, 7th hit of the game for the Lions, and Chad Sykes, the second baseman, comes to the plate. Sykes got the Lions on the board with an RBI single in the bottom or the top half of the 2nd inning. The first pitch to him is a called strike on the outside corner. One strike the count to Sykes. Sykes' RBI in the 2nd inning is 12th of the season. Throw over to first. Back safely is Lee. Lee has attempted 5 stolen bases this season. He's made it twice. Newsom's pitch. Bounce to first. Ezra fumbles it. Flips it to Newsom. And no, he didn't flip it to Newsom. He kept it himself. And he gets to the bag in time as Newsom was there. And we'll see. Ezra thought about going to second for the double play. And instead, he only had one play at first. Newsom was covering. I thought he was going to flip it to him. I don't know if the base umpire thought he was going to flip it to him also. And he called him out. I'm having a discussion now to explain the call. It would not shock me if this was overturned. Sykes is still on its first base. And now he's going to head back to the dugout. So 3 unassisted for the first out. And Chappell Matson, the shortstop, will bat. Matson, a 2-run double in the 2nd inning on a chopper over third base. So Lee now at second base with 1 out here in the 4th. Newsom's first pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Of course, that's the difference between a three-man crew that you have for a weekend series and a two-man crew you have for a weekday series or game, that he's got to make that call from the position there right behind the pitcher's mound. A swing and a miss by Madsen. 1 ball, 1 strike. The three-man crew, the umpire would have been at first base and would have probably had a better angle to see if there would have been a flip or not. In any case, there's 1 out. That pitch is outside, 2-1. See if I can go back and find a replay. Newsom's next pitch is taken low. Three balls and 1 strike, the count to Chappell Madsen. Newsom's pitch called strike 3-2. We'll see the replay here. Ooh. I think Mars Hill may have had an argument. 3-2 pitch hits him. And Madsen would have had ball 4 anyway, but instead he'll take it on the hit batsman. Runners at first and second. And here comes Tusculum coach Brandon Steele. Go back and look at this play again. Ezra bobbled it. Yeah, if he would have made the flip, he would have had the out. But I think that the issue there was the fact that the base umpire thought there was a flip, but there wasn't. I thought there was a flip too. He has it. I'm going to get one more view of this. As the Pioneers will have a pitching change here, as Newsom will be replaced as he goes through the lineup 1 time. Young Harris has just beaten Lincoln Memorial 9-4 in that game at Young Harris. And the new pitcher for the Pioneers will be Harbor Jefferson. Jefferson, the right-hander grad student, 6'2", 175 pounds, out of Cleveland, Tennessee. Taking one more look at that ball that was hit by Sykes on slow speed. Ezra dropped it. He picked it up, and Sykes was safe. But he was called out. Jefferson making his 11th appearance. He's made 8 starts, 3-4 record, a 5.35 earned run average, 35 1/3 innings, 41 hits, 21 earned runs, just 5 walks, 26 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .289 against Harbor Jefferson. Jefferson has moved into the bullpen. We'll see how life in the bullpen suits him. He made 2 appearances. He pitched in both games of the doubleheader at West Georgia on Saturday and pitched well. He pitched a total of 3 2/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, and struck out 4. He hasn't pitched here since March the 13th against Lenore Ryan. He took the loss, gave up 4 runs and 4 hits in an inning and 2/3 and an 8-1 loss. Jefferson making his 20th career relief appearance. He was a reliever last season after starting in 2019. 38 career appearances, a 9-7 record, a 5.07 ERA. 78 strikeouts and 97 2/3 innings in the career of Harbor Jefferson, facing the right fielder Narin. Runners go. The pitch is swung on a miss. A throw to third. It's a swing and a miss, and a throw him out at third base. Lee caught stealing at third, 2-5. 4th time this year he's been caught stealing. Madsen moves up to second base as the trail runner. 1 strike to count to Alex Narin. Narin has singled and grounded out. So Mars Hill tries a double steal, and it backfires on them as they get the second out of the inning. Do the Pioneers. Next pitch from Jefferson is a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Alex Narin. Madsen, the runner at second base. The 0-2 pitch, fouled away. Tusculum will be home this weekend with Carson Newman, a 3-game series, Friday night at 6 o'clock, Saturday at 1 o'clock, weather permitting. It's supposed to get cold and rainy this weekend, so we'll see if that series goes off as scheduled Friday and Saturday. If it doesn't, stay tuned to the Pioneer Sports Network and TusculumPioneers.com for updates. Jefferson's pitch is a bouncer to second. Fernandez gets it on the big hop. This toss to first is in time for the out, and the inning is over. A hit and a hit batsman, but one left for Mars Hill in the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's Mars Hill 3, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. And we're on to the bottom of the fourth inning with Tusculum trailing Mars Hill by a score of 3-1. It'll be Ortega, Samuelson, and Kavulik, the 3-4-5 hitters, facing Brian Smart, who's allowed a run on 2 hits and struck out 3 and thrown 48 pitches through 3 innings. Newsom's line for the Pioneers, 2 innings, a hit, and a strikeout. He hit 2 batters, 30 pitches, 18 strikes, 12 balls. Good outing for Gage Newsom, with Jefferson coming in to clean up thanks to that caught stealing. First pitch to Ortega is a call and strike. Ortega singled in the first inning for the first of the 2 hits for the Pioneers, the other coming from Kyle Williams, who laid down an infield single and then scored in the third. Next pitch to Ortega is a called strike, 0-2. So 3 games in the books across the South Atlantic Conference today. We'll keep you updated on other games that are being played in the dirt, 1 and 2. Games that are finals: Shorter beat Carson Newman 4-2. Young Harris beat Lincoln Memorial 9-4. Game 1 of a doubleheader was King over UVAY 7-3. Game 2 will be coming up in a little bit. UNC Pembroke leads Queens 4-1. They are in the top of the fourth inning at Pembroke. Ortega hits one foul past third. Still 1 and 2. Also in progress, Erskine leads Coker 2-0 in the third inning. Catawba and Mount Olive just underway. Later it'll be Emmanuel at Newberry and Wingate at Francis Marion. Did he go? He did not. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Ortega. Smart comes set, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. 4th strikeout for Brian Smart, 1 down here in the 4th. Still no action in the Mars Hill bullpen. I mean that literally. There's one guy down there. Like, I didn't see anybody down there, but there is one. Nope, they're there. There's a couple of them. They must be sitting in a different spot. They're not sitting on the bench. Looks like they're sitting in the shade. And here's Will Samuelson. He lined out to left his first time up. He pops this one foul and out of play. One strike to count to Will Samuelson. Smart's pitch. Low. Into the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count to Samuelson. Samuelson with 3 home runs this season. Swings and misses at that one. It's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Will Samuelson. Smart with the pitch. Beaten foul at the plate. To the backstop, 1-2. Count holds. Mars Hill will be on the road this weekend at Catawba for a 3-game series, Friday night, Saturday afternoon. And then they'll host the Pioneers next Tuesday. 1-2 pitch. Popped up near the dugout. Trio giving chase. He slides. Try and catch that one, but he can't make the play as the ball bounces and goes into the dugout. Still 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Will Samuelson. Stretched by Smart. And the pitch. Hit to second. Big hop for the second baseman, Sykes. His throw to first is in time for the second out. Smart's retired 5 in a row. And will face Ryan Kavulik with 2 outs. Kavulik was called out on strikes his first time up. Smart's been impressive out there. He's a midweek starter, but he's thrown well. Gives them an option going forward, just a sophomore. First pitch to Kavulik. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. He's got that big sweeping breaking ball. He's been effective with it. Control's been an issue with him this season. He's walked 9 in 17 innings coming in, but he hasn't walked anybody today. Bounces that one up there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stretch by Smart. 1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Ryan Kavulik. Smart's 2-1 delivery. Beaten foul at the plate. 2-2. Tusculum with 4 more home dates after this. The weekend series with Carson Newman, and then the following weekend with Wingate, Friday and Saturday, April 15th and 16th, and that'll do it for the home schedule. Two and two the count to Ryan Kavulik. Smart's pitch. In the dirt, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to Ryan Kavulik with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 4th. Stretch, 3-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. 1-2-3 inning for Smart. He has retired 6 in a row. End of 4, it's Mars Hill 3, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Top of the fifth inning, Mars Hill leading 3-1. And it'll be Jordan Lathe leading it off for the Lions, facing Harbor Jefferson. The first pitch, breaking ball low, 1 ball and no strikes. Lathe grounded into a double play in the first and was hit by a pitch in the second. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Mars Hill. A run, 2 hits, no errors for Tusculum. 2-0 the count to Lathe, followed by Lala and Weaver here in the fifth. Skied into center field. Williams, to his right, drifts in, makes the catch. 1 down here in the fifth. And Tyler Lala will bat. Lala struck out to end the first and hit into a fielder's choice to end the second with the bases loaded. That stranded 3 of the 4 runners that Mars Hill has left on base in this game. First pitch coming from Jefferson. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Next pitch is taken for a ball, 1-1. This one is hit foul past third. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Tyler Lala. Jefferson's pitch. Popped up. It's playable behind first. Ezra into foul territory, and he'll make the catch for the second out. 2 up and 2 down in the fifth, and Zach Weaver, the third baseman, will come to the plate. Weaver singled and scored in the second and struck out in the third. Jefferson with the windup in the first pitch, and that slipped out of his hands just a bit outside. Tried to hit the corner and missed. One ball and no strikes the count to Weaver, and he swings and misses at that pitch. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Sky to right center field. Jurek, Williams, and it falls in. Miscommunication in right center field, and he's out at second base. Weaver kind of went for it and got thrown out at second base to end the inning. Well, recovery for the Pioneers as they get the third out on the miscommunication on the fly ball as it just dropped in between the 2 outfielders. And the Pioneers get through the fifth inning. No runs, a hit, and nobody left. Halfway home, we go to the bottom of the fifth. It is Mars Hill 3, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneers Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Tusculum leading Mars Hill trailing Mars Hill by a score of 3-1. So that last play by Weaver drops in between Jurek and Williams. Williams picks it up. Weaver is breaking it down going into second base. And Williams' throw is on the dot. And Brunette on the bag. Got the ball and tagged him just as he got to the base. And he is called out 8-6 for the third out of the inning. First pitch to Ezra is taken low for a ball. Luis Ezra grounded to first his first time up. Brian Smart out there in his fifth inning of work. And that one is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Smart approaching 70 pitches. Two balls and no strikes the count. The pitch. Low. 3 balls and no strikes. So Smart, who came into the inning throwing 39 strikes, 27 balls, is down in the count here, 3 balls and no strikes to Luis Ezra. 3-0 delivery. Taking all the way. Thought it was ball 4, but it's strike 1. Ezra doesn't walk much. He's only walked 5 times this season in over 100 plate appearances. 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4. So Ezra is the leadoff base runner here in the 5th. Second time in 5 innings the Pioneers have gotten their leadoff man on base. The other time they did, they scored. As Zach Brunette will come to the plate. Brunette struck out to end the second. 0 for 1. Shows bunt, takes a ball. Now we are seeing some bullpen activity for Mars Hill. For the first time today. Bunt is down. Trio picks it up, flips it to Sykes covering for the out. Ezra moves to second. 2-4 on the sacrifice. 1 down here in the 5th. Right-hander Nick Von Tobel is throwing in the Mars Hill bullpen. And Kyle Williams bats. Williams reached on an infield single. He legged out a grounder to short to lead off the third. Then he stole second and stole third and scored on a ground out by Fernandez. Batting with runner in scoring position. Just the second runner to reach scoring position for the Pioneers this afternoon. Smart's first pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Trio. 1 ball and no strikes. One to 0 the count to Kyle Williams. The stretch and the pitch. Outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Erskine leads Coker 2-0 in the 4th inning at Coker. 4-2 Pembroke over Queens in the 5th. The stretch by Smart in the pitch. Called strike. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Kyle Williams. Two-one delivery. Hit to short. Backhanded by the shortstop Matson. His throw across is in time. This time a little bit quicker on the release, and Williams is out for the second out. Ezra takes third. And Fernandez, for the second time, bats with a runner at third base, this time with 2 outs. And Fernandez grounded to short his first time up, which knocked in Williams with Tusculum's lone run. Smart trying to get through this 5th inning. Called strike. Catawba and Mount Olive are underway. They're scoreless in the first. Always good regional matchup between two of the top programs in the Southeast. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Fernandez. Catawba just 22-14 this season, but they are 11-4 in the conference. Smart's next pitch is fouled away, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes the count to Rudy Fernandez. Smart with the stretch in the pitch. Off the plate, 2-2. Lined up the middle and caught by Smart. Right back to him. Smart makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Pioneers in the 5th. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. Good play by the pitcher, Brian Smart, who's through 5 innings. After 5, it's Mars Hill 3, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the top of the 6th inning with Mars Hill leading Tusculum 3-1. Kyle Jenkins, the left fielder, will lead off the 6th inning for the Lions. Jenkins has struck out and flied out. Facing the 3rd different pitcher he's faced today. He faced Nelson his first at bat, Newsom his second, and now Harbor Jefferson. First pitch is up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Jefferson, the 3rd pitcher used by the Pioneers today. Each have faced 9 batters, the first 2. Skied behind 3rd. Ortega, Brunette doesn't overrun it, makes the catch. It's easy to overrun that when you're a shortstop, but he makes the play in foul territory, 1 down. Nice play by the shortstop, Zach Brunette. Ruben Trio, the catcher, will come to the plate. Trio has singled and scored and grounded out. This one is hit to left field, hit pretty well. Looking up is Keener, and it is gone. Solo home run for Ruben Trio, his 6th home run of the season. And Mars Hill extends its lead to 4-1 here in the 6th. Trio jumped all over that pitch by Jefferson. For Jefferson, that is his 6th home run he's allowed this season. Tusculum as a pitching staff has allowed just 20 home runs in 34 games. It's the 41st home run of the year for Mars Hill. And the first pitch to Scotty Lee is taken for a strike. Lee's 2 for 2. He's got a bunt single and a line single, and he's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Jefferson with the 0-2 pitch. Lined up the middle into center field, base hit. Third hit allowed by Jefferson. And Lee is 3 for 3. Came into play today hitting .252. But he's got 3 singles. As Chad Sykes will come to the plate. Sykes had an RBI single in the second and grounded out in the fourth. On the controversial play at first base where Ezra tagged the bag, apparently late. Tusculum coach Brandon Steele out to discuss, and all day it's meant a pitching change. And there is activity in the Pioneer bullpen. As Drew Slowinski will be coming into the ballgame. So Jefferson facing 7 batters. He's given up a run on 3 hits. With the runner at first base, Lee, his responsibility. So in comes Drew Slowinski, one of the freshman right-handers for this Pioneer staff, who has pitched well this season. Slowinski is making his 13th appearance. He is 1-3 with a save and a 3.52 earned run average. 30 2/3 innings, 33 hits, 12 earned runs, 14 walks, 29 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .266 against Drew Slowinski, the 6'4", 220-pound freshman out of Knoxville. And he will be the 4th pitcher of the day for the Pioneers. Four to 1, Mars Hill leads it here in the 6th inning, as Slowinski will go through his warm-up tosses. Take a look at that Southland Conference baseball scoreboard. Finals. Carson Newman loses to Shorter 4-2. Young Harris beat Lincoln Memorial 9-4. Game 1 of the doubleheader, King beat UVAY 7-3. UNC Pembroke leads Queens 4-2. They're in the 5th inning. Catawba and Mount Olive scoreless in the 2nd. And also, it is Erskine 2, Coker nothing. They're in the bottom of the 4th inning. King and UVA-Wise should be getting Game 2 of their doubleheader underway momentarily. And in fact, did they have to get it underway? Yeah, they're already in the 2nd inning. 2-0 King. We saw the Tornado here last week, put 14 runs on the board against the Pioneers. So the Pioneers trailing this one 4-1 in the 6th inning. And it'll be Drew Slowinski finishing up his warm-up tosses. Other games coming up today, Emmanuel at Newberry and Wingate at Francis Marion. They'll both start at 6 o'clock, and hopefully we'll be packed up and out of here. Although everybody loves a day at the ballpark, especially a beautiful day like this. It's not going to be like this weekend. Enjoy it while you can. And with Slowinski ready to go, Chad Sykes steps back in the box. Sykes hitting .247 for the season after that single in the first. First pitch is popped foul. Ezra giving chase, and he's not going to get there, and neither is Jurek, as that's a called strike, or a foul ball for a strike. One strike to count to Chad Sykes. Lee, the runner at first base, was caught stealing third earlier. He's now 2 for 6 in stolen base attempts. And that one hits him. No, it doesn't. It hit the glove. It almost hit him. And on to second base goes Lee on a that'll be a pass ball against Samuelson. I thought it hit Sykes, but it didn't. It got all glove. Slowinski's next pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. Stretch by Slowinski. And the pitch. Beating up the middle. Brunette to his left. Throw across is true. And that's the second out of the inning. Lee goes to third. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up the shortstop, Chappell Matson. Matson had a 2-run double in the second and was hit by a pitch in the fourth. First pitch from Slowinski is line foul, 1 strike. One strike the count to Chappell Matson. Hit to second. Fernandez to his left. Spins, throws, got him. Nice play at second base by Rudy Fernandez, and that'll do it for Mars Hill in the 6th. They get a run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. Middle of the 6th, it's Mars Hill 4, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning, new pitcher for Mars Hill is the right-hander Nick Von Tobel, senior 6'2", 180 pounds out of Belmont, California. And his first pitch is behind the Pioneer leadoff hitter Connor Jurek. Von Tobel, his 10th appearance, he's made one start, no record. A 6.57 ERA, 12 and a third innings, 14 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 12 walks, 8 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .292 against Von Tobel. And that one is away. 2 balls and no strikes. Final line on Brian Smart. He went 5 innings, allowed 2 hits and a run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. 83 pitches, 47 strikes, 36 balls. Von Tobel's next pitch is ball 3. So we'll see if the Pioneers can get a different look here on the mound and maybe do something in this 6th inning. And they started with a leadoff walk to Jurek. And Zane Keener will come to the plate. Keener has grounded out and flied out. So a good start for the Pioneers here in the 6th. The stretch and the pitch is strike 1. One strike the count to Zane Keener. Called strike, 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count to Zane Keener. Von Tobel's pitch. Outside, 1-2. Jurek, the runner at first base, has stolen 1 base. The 1-2 pitch. Off of Keener, it's a hit batsman. Keener hit for the 9th time this season, and the Pioneers have 2 on and nobody out. For Von Tobel, that is the 2nd batter he's hit this year. And quickly, the Pioneers have 2 on and nobody out for Christian Ortega. Ortega has singled and struck out. More activity in the Mars Hill bullpen. I'm sure we'll see a parade here over the last 4 innings. Warming up is right-hander Tristan Camp. And we'll have a conference at the mound. Also stretching down there is right-hander Barrett Williams, but Camp is throwing. Ortega awaits. He's batting .246 this season. Jurek, the runner at second, and Keener, the runner at first base, after he was plunked by the pitch. We'll see where that ranks him on the conference leaderboard as far as being hit by pitch. Well, he's not even at the most hit by pitches in this game. Scotty Lee of Mars Hill leads the conference being hit by a pitch 14 times. So here we go with Ortega. Bunting takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Ortega. Ortega has sacrificed once this season. The stretch by Von Tobel. Taken low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. Showing bunt again. Gets it down. Von Tobel will go on to first. Sykes covering. The throw is in the runner. Everybody's safe. And Sykes is hurt. And on to second base goes Ortega as he got caught up with the runner. And no doubt hurt his arm, maybe his elbow. Athletic trainers out there immediately. Everybody's safe. He might have gotten, well, I'm not going to judge, but it looks like they're working on his left arm. We'll see if we can get a replay here. There's the bunt. Von Tobel's throw is into the runner. And yeah, he just hits the glove and the runner. That's a dangerous spot. Give the error to the pitcher. It's a hard thing to call an error on, but you've got to give an error to somebody. So Jurek scores on the throwing error. Keener goes to third. And Sykes will walk off the field on his own power, which is a good sign. And he won't be able to continue in this one as he's still holding that elbow. And it looks like the new second baseman is going to be Paul Martin. So Martin will come into the game to play second base. And we're also going to get a new pitcher as well, as Von Tobel will come out, and checking in will be the right-hander Tristan Camp. So a couple changes for Mars Hill here in the bottom of the sixth inning, with Tusculum trailing at 4-2. Tristan Camp, sophomore, 6'2", 205 pounds, out of Forrestal, Mississippi, by way of Arkansas State. Camp making his 16th appearance of the season. 0-4, a 9.41 earned run average. 22 innings, 32 hits, 23 earned runs, 9 walks, 13 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .344 against Tristan Camp. So he will try and put out this fire that the Pioneers have kicked up here in the sixth inning. Jurek led off with a walk. Keener was hit by a pitch, and then the sacrifice and the error allowed Tusculum to get a run. Camp's last appearance was against Lenore-Ryan on Saturday. He gave up 3 earned runs in a third of an inning. He has given up 2 or 3 runs in each of his last 5 appearances. He gave up 2 runs to Carson Newman and Young Harris and LMU, 3 runs in appearances to Queens and Lenore-Ryan. So that's 12 earned runs in the last 6 1/3 innings, with 3 home runs. But that was then, this is now. And obviously they're confident enough in him to send him back out there, even with the struggles he's had lately. Because he can get straightened out in the non-conference games. He might be ready to go for the conference games. So we'll see. We'll have to face Samuelson. The tying runs on base. That error by the pitcher, Von Tobel, the first error of the ballgame. And Paul Martin is now in at second base. Martin, the junior, 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Cape Coral, Florida. He'll take over for Sykes, who was 1 for 3. The Pioneers with a chance here in this 6th inning, trailing 4-2. Runners at second and third and nobody out. So here's Samuelson, who's 0 for 2. He's lined out and grounded out. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count. The pitch. Slammed foul. Got way out in front of that one. One ball, one strike to count to Samuelson. Stretch by Camp. 1-1 pitch. Line down the left field line. It is slicing foul. And out of play. 1-2 the count to Will Samuelson. The stretch. 1-2 pitch. Low and in, blocked by Trio, 2-2. Two and two the count to Samuelson. Camp's pitch. Chopper to first, over the head of Lee and down the right field line. This will tie the ball game. Keener scores, Ortega scores. Samuelson on at first with a 2-run single, and we are tied at 4 here in the 6th. Samuelson with RBIs 19 and 20 for the season. Very reminiscent of the ball that Madsen hit in the 2nd inning, only that one was 3rd. This one was a chopper to first and into right field for the hit. And the Pioneers will send up a pinch hitter. It'll be Ryan DeSantos. He'll bat for Kavulik. DeSantos, the junior out of Mississauga, Ontario, 6'2", 285 pounds. He's batting .311, making his 26th appearance. And he hits this one in the hole on the left side for a base hit. Stopping at second base is Samuelson. The Pioneers have 2 on, again, with nobody out. And Luis Ezra will come to the plate. Ezra has grounded out and walked. 4-4 here in the 6th inning. So Ezra stands in. Samuelson at second and DeSantos at first. Taken for a strike. One strike to count. The pitch. Beaten foul. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Luis Ezra. Stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Slung in the left field through the hole, base hit. Around third comes Samuelson, and he will score. And the Pioneers have the lead for the first time today at 5-4. Still nobody out, as Ezra just slings the ball in the left field. It's just very similar to the ball that DeSantos hit. And Samuelson chugs around third, and he scores to give Tusculum the 5-4 lead. So Camp has come in and given up 3 straight singles. arguably tough luck on all three of them. The Samuelson hit was a bouncer over the head of the first baseman, and the last two were left-handed hitters just slinging the ball into left field. But they're on the board, and the Pioneers have the lead, and we have another pitching change for the Lions. And this time they're going to go with the lefty. So Tusculum takes the lead here in the sixth, 5-4. So we have our third pitcher of the inning. And it will be the left-hander Will Carter. Carter making his seventh appearance, no record, a 13.50 earned run average. 6 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 10 runs, all earned, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .286 against Will Carter, junior, 6'1", 175 pounds, out of Rockledge, Florida. So the Tusculum bats were silenced for 5 innings by Brian Smart, but they got into the bullpen here, and it's been a different story. Carter's last appearance was Saturday in Game 1 of the doubleheader against Lenore-Rhine. He pitched 2 innings, allowed a hit and a run, walked 1, struck out 3. Before that, he hadn't pitched since March the 8th. So Tusculum with the lead, 5-4. The inning started off with a walk and then a hit batsman and then a sacrifice throwing error, then a 2-run single, and then back-to-back singles. And Zach Brunette will be the batter for the Pioneers. Elsewhere, baseball today, Queens has taken the lead on UNC Pembroke 7-4 in the 5th inning. Queens scored 6 runs in the top of the 5th. King leads UVA Wise in Game 2 of that doubleheader. By a score of 5-0 in the 3rd inning. And Mount Olive playing Catawba today at home. They lead that one 3-0 in the 3rd. And Erskine and Coker, the other game in progress right now. First pitch to Brunette, who is swinging away and takes that one for a ball. Erskine leads Coker 2-1 in the 5th. Here it's 5-4 Tusculum, bottom of the 6th. 4 runs in and counting. Brunette has struck out and sacrificed. Stretched by Carter in the pitch. Taken for a strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike, the count to Zach Brunette. Stretch by Carter. 1-1 pitch. Runners go. The pitch is high and away. The throw is into left field, and getting up to score is DeSantos. Heading to third, and safe there is Ezra. Double steal for the Pioneers, and then DeSantos scores on the throwing error and makes it a 6-4 game. Second error of the inning for the Lions. Saw DeSantos do that last week. His 4th stolen base of the season. For Ezra, it's his first in 2 attempts. Infield back, the pitch is outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one pitch. Cued fouls, 3-2. 6-4 Tusculum here in the 6th inning. 5 runs on the board. Still nobody out. 3-2 pitch. Beaten foul. These are the kind of innings where you feel like you're never going to be able to get anybody out. 6 straight have reached to start the inning for the Pioneers. And runner at third. With 5 of them in. Williams on deck awaits a 3-2 to Brunette from Carter. High, ball 4. So runners at the corners now for Kyle Williams. He has singled, stolen a couple bases, scored a run, and he's also grounded out. Stretch by Carter. And the pitch bunted towards first. Lee on to first, and they get the out as Martin covered and held the bag. Ezra scores. Brunette goes to second. That'll be a sacrifice and an RBI for Williams. That's the first out of the inning. So 1 out now. Tusculum leading 7-4. That'll close the line on both of the relief pitchers. And Fernandez at the plate. Fernandez is grounded out to knock in a run, and he's lined out to the mound. He takes that one for a ball, 1-0. So the pitching lines, Von Tobel faced 3 batters, walk, a hit batsman, and a sacrifice. 3 runs, 2 earned. Camp, 3 batters faced, 3 hits, 3 runs. Want to know the count. Carter's pitch is a breaking ball for a strike, 1-1. 9th batter of the inning for Tusculum. 6 runs in. Tusculum being out hit 10-5. But they have the 7-4 lead. The pitch. Line to left field. Hit pretty well. Jenkins back. Looks up. It is gone. It's a 2-run home run for Rudy Fernandez. His first home run of the season. And Tusculum has blown it open. They lead it 9-4 here in the 6th. It's an 8-run inning. Fernandez crosses the plate and stamps his foot emphatically on the 2-run home run. Eight runs in for the Pioneers here in this 6th inning. That's a 9-4 lead. Still only 1 out. Back around to Connor Jurek. He led off the inning with a walk. And more bullpen activity coming from Mars Hill. Inside for a ball, 1-0. The Tusculum had 3 runners in the first 5 innings, and they've had 8 runners this inning. Two walks, a hit batsman, a sacrifice that was an error, and 4 hits. Guys loving this outburst is Drew Slowinski, who would be in line to pick up the victory if this lead holds. He came in relief, got the last 2 outs at the top of the 6th inning. That home run by Trio made it 4-1. That was in the top of this inning. Yeah, we've been out here a while. A couple pitching changes. The injury delay. And Jurek batting for the second time. Carter's 1-0 pitch is called strike 101. One pitch is taken low for a ball, 2-1. Two one is high, 3-1. Three and one from Carter to Jurek. Called strike as Jurek was taking off to first base. Three and two the count to Connor Jurek. The pitch fouled away, still 3-2. Three-two pitch, grounded to third through the third baseman Weaver. And that'll be an error. That'll be an error on the third baseman, Weaver. Jurek is safe at first base. Third error of the inning for Mars Hill. And it's gone from bad to worse to even worse for the Lions. Keener is 0 for 2. He is grounded out, flied out, and been hit by a pitch. Takes that one for a ball. Stretch by Carter. And the pitch. Lined up the middle. Backhanded by Martin. No play. Base hit. Martin did all he could do. And it's an infield single for Keener. And the hits just keep on coming. And we're going to have another pitching change. I believe, as Carter wasn't the answer for Mars Hill. And here comes the relief. Next man up will be a right-hander. And this will be the fourth pitcher of the inning. And it will be the right-hander, Barrett Williams. Saw him stretching earlier. Williams making his 12th appearance. He started 9 games. 2-3 record, an 8.73 earned run average. 33 innings, 31 hits, 32 earned runs, 29 walks, 27 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .244 against Barrett Williams, a sophomore, 6'1", 200 pounds out of Lakeland, Florida. So Mars Hill just desperately trying to find someone who can get some outs. 8 runs in for Tusculum here in this 6th inning. They've sent 11 men to the plate so far. And we'll talk about Williams and Ortega in a moment on the Pioneer Sports Network. And we're ready to go as Williams finishes his warm-up tosses in what has been a very lengthy bottom of the sixth inning. You can tell you how lengthy it is. We'll go back and look at the video and see when this half inning started, because it was a while ago. So here we go with Ortega, who has singled, struck out, and reached on an error. First pitch is a called strike. One strike the count. Runners go. Throw. Safe. Double steal. Jurek steals third. Keener steals second. 4 stolen bases in the inning for the Pioneers. For Jurek, that's his second steal of the season. For Keener, that is his second steal of the season also. And runners at second and third, still only one out. One pitch. Low, 2-1. Two balls and one strike the count to Ortega. Stretch by Williams. 2-1. Beaten foul at the plate, 2-2. Two balls and two strikes the count to Ortega. Tusculum leading at 9-4 here in the sixth. Williams with the set. And the 2-2. Grounded in the hole. It's another base hit. In to score is Jurek. Keener around third. The throw from Jenkins is going to be cut off. It's a 2-run single for Ortega, and the Pioneers have 10 in the inning, and they lead it 11-4. Two more RBIs for the Pioneers for Ortega. That gives him 16 RBIs for the season. And it's a 10-run inning for the Pioneers. They lead it 11-4. And Will Samuelson, who had a 2-run single earlier in this inning, he'll bat again. Throw over to first, back safely. Throw over to first and back again is Ortega. 10 runs in the inning on 6 hits. Also, there have been 3 errors. Williams' pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Golfed foul, and it'll be out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. One 1 the count to Will Samuelson. He is 1 for 3. Every player on the Pioneer team has scored a run this inning except for Williams, who sacrificed, and he had scored the run earlier in the game. Back on the dive is Ortega. Williams pitch. Outside. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike the count to Will Samuelson. Pitch from Williams. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or check that. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to Will Samuelson. Williams pitch. Low, 3-2, blocked by Trio, who's had his hands full back there this inning. About close to 50 pitches in this inning by Mars Hill pitching. Three and 2 the count to Samuelson. The pitch. Called strike 3 on the backdoor slider. Samuelson down looking, and there's the second out of the inning. And Ryan DeSantos, who pinch hit for Kavulik and got a single earlier in the inning, he'll bat again as the DH this time. He singled, stole a base, and scored a run. Now batting .323. This one's skied foul, 1 strike to DeSantos. So 2 outs now in the 6th inning. The pitch. High, 1-1. One and 1 the count to DeSantos. Williams pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Ryan DeSantos. Williams pitch. Up the middle. And Madsen will flip it to Martin for the out to end the inning. But not before the Pioneers put 10 runs on the board, 6 hits, 3 errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Tusculum 11, Mars Hill 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the top of the seventh inning, and Tusculum leading this one by a score of 11-4 as the Pioneers scored 10 runs in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Drew Slowinski, who got out of trouble in the top of the sixth, now pitching with a 7-run lead, and his first pitch is a called strike to Alex Narin, the right fielder. He has singled and grounded out twice. 11 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Pioneers. 4 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors from Mars Hill. Next pitch from Slowinski is high, 1-1. One ball, one strike, the count to Narin. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One and two the count. Slowinski's pitch fouled away. One and two the count. Off the plate, 2-2. Two and two the count to Narin. Fought it off, grounds it to first. Ezra will tag the bag for the out. One down in the seventh, and the center fielder Jordan Lath will come to the plate. Lath has grounded into a double play, been hit by a pitch and flied out. First pitch from Slowinski is high, 1 ball and no strikes. One to know the count to Lath. Pop foul out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lath now hitting .317 this season. Working on 0 for 2 this afternoon. And he lines this one to right field. Jurek got a good jump, and he'll make the catch for the second out. 2 up and 2 down in the seventh. And the designated hitter, Tyler Lala, will come to the plate. Lala is 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out, and fouled out. First pitch from Slowinski is off the plate, 1 ball and no strikes. Stretch. And the 1-0 pitch fouled away, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Tyler Lala. Slowinski's pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. high, 2-2. Two balls and two strikes to count to Tyler Lala. Slawinski's pitch. Fly to right field. Jurek giving chase. Still on the run. He reaches up and he makes the catch. What a great catch in right center field by Connor Jurek for the third out of the inning. Jurek on the dead run reaches up and makes the catch. And the Pioneers flash a little leather to end the seventh inning. 1-2-3. As the catch is made by Jurek, he went back and reaches up and makes the catch as he goes to the turf to end the inning. Tusculum leading Mars Hill 11-4, seventh inning stretch time here at Pioneer Park on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for Mars Hill as we go to the bottom of the seventh inning. It'll be right-hander Max Poole. Poole, junior, 6'3", 200 pounds, out of Fort McMurray. Alberta. And the first pitch to Ezra is sliced down the left field line and is going to drop in for a base hit. Ezra takes the turn. He's on his way to second, and he's in there standing with a double. Ezra, with his second hit of the game, his eighth double of the season. Now we'll tell you about Max Poole's pitching line. His ninth appearance, 0-1, 8.10 ERA. 10 innings, 12 hits, 9 runs earned, 8 walks, 5 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .316 against Poole. And Zach Brunette will come to the plate. Brunette has struck out, sacrificed, and walked, and he scored a run. It'll be repetitive to say, but every player in the starting lineup for the Pioneers, or every player currently in the lineup for the Pioneers has scored a run. The stretch by Poole. And the first pitch coming to Brunette is skied foul, 1 strike. Corey Binion is getting loose down in the Tusculum bullpen. Also heading down is Bryce Anders. Tusculum with the 11-4 lead here in the seventh. Pitch to Brunette is called strike. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Zach Brunette. Poole's pitch. Swing and a miss. Late swing at that fastball. Down on strikes is Burnett, second time he struck out today. One down here in the seventh. And the center fielder Kyle Williams will come to the plate. Williams has singled, grounded out, and squeezed home a run. So he is 1 for 2 officially with an RBI and a run scored. Swing and a miss. As the shadows start to creep across the infield here at Pioneer Park. Home plate area in the shade, as you can see, and the pitcher in the sunlight. That one's chopped foul. 0-2 the count to Kyle Williams. Poole, ready to go. Comes set. And his 0-2 pitch. Looped into right center field. It is dropping, and it's falling in for a base hit. Cutting it off is the right fielder, Narin. He'll get it back in. Ezra had to hold up, obviously, and he'll take third. And Williams on at first with his second hit of the game. And Rudy Fernandez will come to the plate. Fernandez has grounded out to knock in a run, lined back to the mound, and he hit a 2-run home run his last time up, his first career home run with the Pioneers. Batting with runners at the corners and 1 out. Runner goes. The pitch is lined down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's foul. One strike to count to Fernandez. Williams with a pair of stolen bases today. Not going that time, and it's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stretch by Poole, 1-1 pitch. Beaten foul past the Tusculum dugout, 1-2. Stretch by Poole. While Williams goes, the pitch is grounded foul again to the Mars Hill dugout. Still 1-2 the count. The pitch is a chopper to short. Matson is going to have no play. He throws back behind the runner Williams, who scampers back to second base. It's an infield single for Fernandez. Ezra scores, and Fernandez now with 4 RBIs, and it's a 12-4 Tusculum lead. So Rudy Fernandez came into play today with 7 RBIs all season. He's knocked in 4. And Tusculum leads at 12-4. And Connor Jurek will come to the plate. He's flied out, struck out, walked, and reached on an error. He scored 2 runs and stolen a base. First pitch, low for a ball. One ball and no strikes to count to Jurek. Poole's pitch. Runners go. The pitch is a strike. The throw to third. He's out. Williams overslid the bag, but I don't think it would have mattered. He had him on the original tag. It's 2-5 caught stealing. Fernandez goes to second. And that'll be the second out of the inning. One ball, one strike the count to Connor Jurek. Ball, 2-1. Two and one the count to Connor Jurek. Pitch. High, 3-1. Pioneers have been aggressive on the base paths today. Stretch and the pitch fouled away. Tusculum with 6 stolen bases. It's the first one that's been thrown out. It was the third time they've attempted a double steal. 3-2 the count to Jurek. Keener on deck. Poole's pitch. Low, ball 4. Second time Jurek has walked. Pioneers have runners at first and second with 2 outs for Zane Keener. Keener has grounded out, flied out, been hit by a pitch, and singled. He has stolen a base and scored 2 runs. Tusculum scored 11 unanswered runs. They trailed at 4-1 in the 6th inning. First pitch to Keener is lofted foul down the right side. 1 strike. Elsewhere, King leads UVA-Y 6-0 in the top of the 6th inning in Game 2 of that doubleheader. King won the opener 7-3. Mount Olive leads Catawba 3-0. They're in the bottom of the 5th. And Queens and Pembroke 9-6 Queens in the 7th as Keener drives one to center field. Backtracking is Lathe, and he has it lined up and makes the catch, and the inning is over. A run for Tusculum on 3 hits, and they leave 2. And we head to the 8th. It's Tusculum 12, Mars Hill 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network. On to the top of the 8th inning. Tusculum leading Mars Hill 12-4. I'm glad you could join us this afternoon on the Pioneer Sports Network. Jim Miller with you. Our producer this afternoon is Aaron Fudge. It's been a tale of two games. Mars Hill leading 4-1 in the 6th. Pioneers got 10 in the bottom of the 6th and one more in the bottom of the 7th to take a 12-4 lead. Drew Slowinski has retired all 5 batters he's faced, and he's out there to start the 8th. Zach Weaver will lead it off for the Lions. He has singled and scored, struck out, and singled. And he was out trying to stretch it into a double to end the 5th inning. The first pitch to Weaver is popped foul out of play. Next pitch is high, 1-1. Adam Plouffe has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for the left fielder, Jenkins. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Zach Weaver, leading off the 8th inning. Slowinski's pitch, high, 2-2. Slowinski with the stretch and the 2-2 pitch, high, 3-2. Nobody throwing in the Tusculum bullpen, although Justin Parker is walking around, now standing up. Slowinski's pitch, inside, ball 4. Leadoff walk. That is the first walk issued by Tusculum pitching today. Adam Plouffe will pinch hit for Kyle Jenkins, the left fielder, who's 0 for 3. Plouffe, a senior, 5'11", 185 pounds, out of Toronto, Ontario. He is 1 for 7 with a double. And that first pitch is in there for a strike. Another pinch hitter into the on-deck circle for Mars Hill. It is Trevor Bailey, their other catcher, who will bat for Trio. Pitch. Called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. So Slowinski had an account 0-2. High, 1-2. One and two the count to Plouffe. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Slowinski, 1 down in the 8th. And it will be the pinch hitter, Trevor Bailey.
Pinch hitting for the Lions, number 27, Trevor Bailey.
Bailey is sophomore, 6'2", 210 pounds, out of Leicester, North Carolina. He has started 16 games this season, a 154 average, a home run, 9 runs batted in. And he's down in the count, 1 strike. No doubt that Plouffe and Bailey will stay in the game in their respective spots in the lineup. Slowinski's pitch is up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. high, 2-1. Or check that, 1-1 strike. Stretch by Slowinski. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Bailey. Slowinski's pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back strikeouts of the pinch hitters. 2 down here in the 8th. And it'll be Scotty Lee, the first baseman. Lee working on a good day. 3 for 3. All singles. He scored a run. Lee's average now up to 271. First pitch coming from Slowinski. Inside corner, strike 1. Next pitch is there for a strike. 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count to Lee. Slowinski's pitch. Popped up, shallow right field. Fernandez gives way to Jurek, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Leadoff walk, and Slowinski gets out of trouble in the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Tusculum 12, Mars Hill 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network. One more pitcher for Mars Hill as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Cody Bruns, a right-hander, 6'3", 185 pounds, out of Sorrento, Florida.
Here's empty, ladies and gentlemen. Setting the game and playing in left field for Mars Hill is number 35, Adam Luke. Also
Making his 12th appearance of the season.
is number 27, Trevor Bailey. Half inning for
0-1.
number 8, Cody Brown.
6.39 ERA for Bruns. 12 and 2/3 innings. 14 hits, 9 earned runs, 10 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .280 against Bruns, who will be the 7th pitcher of the game for Mars Hill. One pitcher threw 5 innings, and the next 5 pitchers combined to get 6 outs. Smart threw 83 pitches. The next 5 pitchers combined to throw 75. And that's why it's 12-4. Those relief pitchers combined to give up 8 earned runs in 2 innings of work. The Pioneers lead at 12-4. Christian Ortega will lead off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Ortega is 2 for 3. He has singled, struck out, been safe on a sacrifice error, and singled home 2 runs. Also scored a run. Bailey stays in the game to catch. Plouffe stays in the game in left field for Mars Hill. Brunn's second pitch is a called strike, 1-1. One ball, one strike. This one is golfed down the left field line towards the Mars Hill bullpen. Plouffe is just in the game giving chase, and he makes the catch as he reaches back to grab it. Or did he drop it? No, they say he was taking it out of his glove. It is an out. Plouffe reached back to make the catch, and then the ball popped out, but they said he was taking it out of his glove. Sure, there would have been more of an argument if it wasn't a 12-4 game. In any case, Ortega is out for the first out, and Will Samuelson comes to the plate. Samuelson is 1 for 4, but it was a big hit, a 2-run single in the 6th inning to tie the game at 4. He's down in the count, 1 strike. Low, 1-1. This one is driven foul, 1-2. Line up the 1-2 pitch. Hit towards second. Big hop. Martin can't handle it. Throw to first. Not in time. And that'll be a bad hop single for Samuelson as the ball hit the edge of the grass and jumped up on Martin, who had it lined up. And Samuelson's going to be safe at first on what will be scored as a single. 12th hit of the game for the Pioneers, as that one is high to DeSantos, 1 ball and no strikes. DeSantos pinch hit during that 6th inning and singled, stole a base, and scored a run. Also grounded into a fielder's choice. High and away. 2-0 the count to DeSantos. Called strike, 2-1. This one is driven into right center field, hit pretty well. Lathe watches it bounce off and over the wall. It'll be a ground rule double. Samuelson will have to stop at third. And DeSantos is at second with the ground rule double. You don't see a lot of ground rule doubles in this ballpark, but you did just now. I've certainly seen enough games here over the years to maybe I could count on less than one hand the number of times I've seen a ground rule double, but there was one. As it hit the warning track, bounced up off the wall, and then skipped over the wall. In any case, it's a double for DeSantos. And some activity in the Pioneer bullpen. That's Ezra fouls this one away. Corey Binion getting loose. So DeSantos is at second with the double. That's his 6th two-base hit of the season. He's 2 for 3. Ezra has grounded out, walked, singled, and doubled. He's stolen a base and scored 2 runs. Swings and misses at that one, 0-2. This one is sky to left field. Plouffe fighting the sun. He's got it lined up. He'll make the catch. Samuelson tags, and he will score on the sacrifice fly by Ezra. And it's 13-4. Second RBI of the game for Ezra, his 16th of the season.
Shortstop, with 2 outs, number 18, Zach Burnett.
And Zach Burnett, the shortstop, will bat. Burnett has struck out, sacrificed, walked and scored, and struck out. 0 for 2 officially. Brunn's first pitch to him is swung, a miss, strike one. The next pitch popped up in the infield. It is playable. Lee calls off the catcher and makes the catch for the third out. A run on 2 hits for the Pioneers in the 8th. And we head to the 9th. Tusculum leading 13-4 over Mars Hill on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Tusculum leading by a score of 13-4. And it'll be Corey Binion on to try and finish this one out. Binion, the junior, 6'2", 190 pounds out of Moorhead, Kentucky. He's making his 7th appearance. He started 3 games. He's 0-1 with a 13.91 earned run average. 11 innings, 17 hits, 17 earned runs. Walked 13, struck out 14. And opponents hitting .354 against Corey Binion. Binion's got a huge fastball, but he's trying to get some control under that. If he can corral that fastball and go from throwing to pitching, he'll be pretty good. And he'll try and close this one out for the Pioneers, who still have some bullpen activity. Hopefully just guys getting, and just in case. Nobody actually throwing at the moment. Mars Hill has some bullpen activity. That's probably just a side session. As the first batter here in the top of the 9th inning is Paul Martin, the second baseman. He came in the game in the 6th inning when Chad Sykes went out with an injury. His first at bat of the game. Martin, 5'11", 175-pound junior out of Cape Coral, Florida. He started 16 games, hitting .232 with no home runs, 6 runs batted in. And just like that, it's 3 balls and no strikes. .30 pitch. It's there for a strike, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike, the count. To Martin. Low and away, ball 4. Or check that. That was not Martin batting. That was a pinch hitter. My apologies to the family of Preston Holcomb, the freshman out of Ider, Alabama, who was 0 for 3 this season and just worked a walk. And now the batter will be Chappell Matson, the shortstop, who's doubled in 2 runs, hit by a pitch, and grounded out. Called strike. (13-4), Tusculum leads it here in the 9th inning. High, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Matson. Binion's pitch. Line to center field. Williams going back. He's on the track. He reaches up. He makes it. No, he far drops in. Everybody's going to be safe. Williams almost had that, and he crashed into the wall. It's going to be a double for Matson. His second double of the game. Thought Williams had the catch, and then he slammed into the wall. And it'll be runners at second and third. Almost a great play. You can still see the dirt imprint on the wall where Williams ran into it. Just to the right of the Tusculum Pioneers. So runners at second and third, nobody out. And at the top of the order, the right fielder, Alex Narin. Narin is singled, grounded out 3 times. First pitch from Binion. Called strike. The next pitch is called strike. Nothing in 2 the count to Narin. The pitch. Low, 1 and 2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Narin. Binion's pitch. Low, 2 and 2. Bullpen activity for Tusculum. It is Bryce Anders and Justin Parker. Parker, the Tusculum closer. Side armor. Pitch. Popped up, foul, out of play. It's a tough spot for the Pioneer coaching staff. They want to get Binion some work. They want to get him feeling good out there on the mound, but there's a fine line to walk between we're getting him some good work here and it's not working. 2 and 2 the count to Narin. Binion's pitch. Right back to him. Runner will hold at third. I'll throw on to first for the out. Good composure there by Binion. And Narin is now 1 for 5. 1 down here in the 9th. And the center fielder Jordan Lathe will bat. Lathe is grounded into a double play and hit by a pitch, flying out twice. The stretch. by Binion. And the pitch. Fouled back, 1 strike. UNC Pembroke leads Queens 11-10. There's 2 outs in the 9th inning. Queens, and now it looks like that game is over. And Queens is going to lose to Pembroke 11-10. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Also today, other scores. Low, 2-1. King won Game 1 against UVA Wise. That doubleheader 7-3. They lead Game 2 7-1 with 2 outs. Two and 1 the count. The pitch. Line back to Binion. Throw on to third. It's a double play, and the game is over. Binion stabs the line drive and throws to third where Ortega was covering, and they double Holcomb off third base to end the ball game. No runs, a hit, and 1 left for Mars Hill in the 9th. Here it is again. Line right back to Binion, and he had the presence of mind to throw to third to get the double play, and the game is over. Tusculum wins it by a score of 13-4. And the Pioneers with the victory, now 15-20. Mars Hill drops to 14-22 with the loss. The winning pitcher for the Pioneers is Drew Slowinski. He's now 2-3. And the losing pitcher will be Tristan Camp. And he will fall to 0-5 with the loss. 3 hours and 4 minutes the time of the game. Tusculum 13 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They left 6. Mars Hill 4 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors, and they left 7. Take a look at some of the highlights of today's game here in a moment. Early on, it was Jonathan Nelson getting a ground ball double play, 6-4-3 style. That was in the top of the first inning. And here's Samuelson with the chopper hit that knocked in 2 runs and gave it a 4-4 game. That was in the 6th. And then Ortega, later in the inning, another 2-run single as Keener scored to cap that 10-run inning. And then defense from the Pioneers, the final out of the game, as we just saw, Binion making the catch and Ortega doubling the runner off third base to end the ball game. So the Pioneers win it 13-4. Tusculum will be home this weekend for a 3-game series with Carson Newman. Tentatively, weather permitting. Right now it's scheduled Friday at 6, Saturday at 1.